Don't lock the knee. In the hot yoga world, in the Barkan Yoga and Bikram Yoga, we do a lot, and Ghosh Yoga, we do a lot of balancing poses. Standing head to knee, standing bow, tree pose. And you're going to hear, especially in the Bikram class, they're going to say lock the knee, lock the knee. I don't think Bikram meant hyperextend the knee. He meant straighten the leg. That's what we're going to talk about today. Hi everyone, if this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Jimmy Barkan. I've been teaching hot yoga since 1981. Opened my first studio in Fort Lauderdale in 1983. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell, share it with your friends, hit the like button, then the video goes out to a lot more people. It really helps out the channel. So let's talk about the subject of locking the knee. So what did Bikram mean? Don't lock the knee. In fact, in the Bikram world, it became his most recognizable phrase, lock the knee, lock the knee, lock the knee. When Bikram was married, 1984, actually the marriage was in India. And some of you may know that in Indian marriages, it's like a 4 or 5 day ceremony. It's this long, long ceremony. In India, they have movies that are 10 hours long. They don't understand attention disorder like we do in the United States. But he had his wedding party in Beverly Hills. They came after they were married. They came back to LA. That's where Bikram lived, and had their wedding party in Beverly Hills. They had it. I'm dating myself. Was the first person that played Tarzan on television in the movies was Johnny Weissmuller. So they had it at Johnny Weissmuller's house. I think he's already passed away at this point. I'm not sure. You got to check that on Google. So Bikram had all the stars. Shirley MacLaine was there. Martin Sheen was there. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was there. They were on television. It was a big to-do. In fact, they had all the celebrities come in and they interviewed them inside. We had to stay outside. In LA, sometimes it's cold. We were freezing our butts off outside, waiting to get inside because it was so freaking cold. Anyway, during the ceremony, Bikram has a speech, and everyone's there, and we're all outside, and there's a whole bunch of people. It's getting a little warmer, I guess, because more people. And Bikram yells out to everyone, and remember this, I will take this phrase to my grave, lock the knee. And everybody laughed and cheered. So it became this iconic thing. So what he's saying is that if you bend your standing leg, you're not going to have as much success in postures like standing head to knee, standing bow specifically. But did he mean hyperextend the knee? So let's talk about the difference. Look at this picture. This is a bent knee. And this is obviously, we don't want to have a bent knee because you're just not going to have the stability to maintain the position, especially for as long as we hold it. Now, if you look at this picture, this is a hyperextended knee going the other direction. It's not a straight leg because Bikram also says in his cues and his instruction, what they have inaccurately called the dialogue, because it's really a monologue, only one person speaking. He says, one unbroken lamppost, meaning a straight, solid leg. This is a straight, solid, one unbroken lamppost leg. Let's go back to the picture of the hyperextended leg. That's bending in the other direction. And what happens when the leg hyperextends, you're no longer engaging the quadricep muscle, therefore the knee is vulnerable. So I just don't like using the term lock the knee or push the knee back to lock it, because that will imply a hyperextension. And like I said, when you're hyperextending your knee, you're just not going to have the support because the quadricep muscle is no longer engaged, and all the weight goes into the back of the knee, or especially in the inside, the meniscus. And that's where you can run into a lot of problems. I used to lock my knee, as you see in this picture, but I just happen to have bionic legs. So for whatever reason, thank God I didn't have any knee problems. But many of my advanced people, because I was saying the same thing back in the old days, back in the 80s, I was saying lock the knee, lock the knee, lock the knee. And we were doing these multiple classes, 2, 3, 4 classes a day. And a few of my advanced people ended up having knee surgery. So I said, you know what? I got to rethink this cue, because anatomically it doesn't make sense. Because here's back to this picture again. When the leg is straight and we're zipping up the quadricep muscle, you can see the muscles in my quadricep muscle engaging, now that's where all the strength is. And that's where the weight is. But when we hyperextend, all the weight goes into the back of the knee. It's way too much weight for the knee to take. And there's where you can run into trouble. So we don't want to bend the leg. We don't want to hyperextend the leg. We do want a straight, unbroken lamppost, straight leg. But we're going to tighten the quadricep muscle and shift the weight into the big toe mound. You don't want the weight back on the heel because then the weight could go back into the back of the knee that way. So we shift the weight forward, zip up the quad, and what a difference it's going to make in your practice. So I'm really not disagreeing with Bikram. I'm saying straight, unbroken lamppost. I'm just saying don't hyperextend. And I think the phrase lock the knee could imply a hyperextension. Bikram has sometimes difficulty with the English language. It's not his first language. That's one of the reasons why he loved me so much. I was one of the few people that would correct him. He would say in the spine twist, both butts on the ground. And I'd say, no, Bikram, one butt, two cheeks. So his concept of the English language was not at the scholar level. So say Bikram, locking the knee is going to imply a hyperextension. We do want a straight leg. Solid, unbroken lamppost, zip up that quadricep muscle, and you're going to have all the support that you need and the success in these standing poses. So that's our episode for today. I thank you for joining me. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Smash the like button. Share it with your friends. It really boosts up our channel. And I thank you for listening. I thank you for joining me, and I'll see you the next video. Bye, everyone.